Hi there, and welcome back to Goodnight Stars. Tonight we are reading some of the poetry of Samuel Taylor Coleridge. I have a special connection to these poems because my grandfather really loved Samuel Taylor Coleridge, and he used to read these poems to me and to my brother at bedtime. So these poems are dedicated to him. And I miss him very much and love him very much. Something childish but very natural. If I had but 2 little wings and were a little feathery bird, to you I'd fly, my dear. But thoughts like these are idle things, and I stay here. But in my sleep, to you I fly. I'm always with you in my sleep. The world is all one's own, but then one wakes, and where am I? All alone. Sleep stays not, though a monarch bids, so I love to wake ere break of day. For though my sleep be gone, yet while 'tis dark, one shuts one's lids and still dreams on. Kubla Khan. In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree, where Alph, the sacred river, ran through caverns measureless to man, down to a sunless sea. So twice 5 miles of fertile ground with walls and towers were girdled round, and there were gardens bright with sinuous rills, where blossomed many an incense-bearing tree, and here were forests ancient as the hills, enfolding sunny spots of greenery. But oh, that deep romantic chasm which slanted down the green hill athwart a cedarn cover, a savage place, as holy and enchanted as ere beneath a waning moon was haunted by woman wailing for her demon lover. And from this chasm with ceaseless turmoil seething, as if this earth in fast thick pants were breathing, a mighty fountain momently was forced, amid whose swift, half-intermitted burst, huge fragments vaulted like rebounding hail, or chaffy grain beneath the thresher's flail. And mid these dancing rocks at once and ever, it flung up momently the sacred river. 5 miles meandering with a mazy motion, through wood and dale the sacred river ran, then reached the caverns measureless to man, and sank in tumult to a lifeless ocean, and mid this tumult Kubla heard from far ancestral voices prophesying war. The shadow of the dome of pleasure floated midway on the waves, where was heard the mingled measure from the fountain and the caves. It was a miracle of rare device, a sunny pleasure dome with caves of ice. A damsel with a dulcimer in a vision once I saw. It was an Abyssinian maid, and on her dulcimer she played, singing of Mount Abora. Could I revive within me her symphony and song? To such a deep delight 'twould win me, that with music loud and long I would build that dome in air, that sunny dome, those caves of ice, and all who heard should see them there, and all should cry, beware, beware, his flashing eyes, his floating hair. Weave a circle round him thrice, and close your eyes with holy dread, for he on honeydew hath fed, and drunk the milk of paradise. Alas, they had been friends in youth. Alas, they had been friends in youth, but whispering tongues can poison truth. And constancy lives in realms above, and life is thorny, and youth is vain. And to be wroth with one we love doth work like madness in the brain. Thus it chanced as I divine with Roland and Sir Leoline. Each spake words of high disdain, and insult to his heart's best brother. They parted, ne'er to meet again, but never either found another to free the hollow heart from paining. They stood aloof, the scars remaining, like cliffs which had been rent asunder, A dreary sea now flows between, but neither heat nor frost nor thunder shall wholly do away, I ween, the marks of that which once had been. An excerpt from Frost at Midnight. Dear babe that sleepest cradled by my side, whose gentle breathings heard in this deep calm fill up the interspersed vacancies and momentary pauses of the thought. My babe so beautiful, it thrills my heart with tender gladness thus to look at thee, and think that thou shalt learn far other lore, and in far other scenes. For I was reared in this great city, pent mid cloisters dim, and saw not lovely but the sky and stars. But thou, my babe, shall wander like a breeze by lakes and sandy shores, beneath the crags of ancient mountain, and beneath the clouds, which image in their bulk both lakes and shores, and mountain crags. So shalt thou see and hear the lovely shapes and sounds intelligible of that eternal language, which thy God utters, who from eternity doth teach himself in all, and all things in himself. Great universal teacher, he shall mold thy spirit, and by giving make it ask. Therefore all seasons shall be sweet to thee. Whether the summer clothe the general earth with greenness, or the redbreast sit and sing betwixt the tufts of snow on the bare branch of mossy apple tree, while the nigh thatch smokes in the sun thaw, whether the eavesdrops fall, heard only in the trances of the blast, or if the secret ministry of frost shall hang them up in silent icicles, quietly shining to the quiet moon. Epitaph. Stop, Christian passerby, stop, child of God, and read with gentle breast. Beneath this sod a poet lies, or that which once seemed he. Oh, lift one thought in prayer for STC, that he who many a year with toil of breath found death in life, may here find life in death. Mercy for praise, to be forgiven for fame, he asked and hoped through Christ. Do thou the same. Youth and Age. Verse, a breeze mid blossom straying, where hope clung feeding like a bee. Both were mine. Life went a-maying with nature, hope, and poesy when I was young. When I was young? Ah, woeful when! Ah, for the change twixt now and then! This breathing house not built with hands, this body that does me grievous wrong, or airy cliffs and glittering sands, how lightly then it flashed along, like those trim skiffs unknown of yore, on winding lakes and rivers wide, that ask no aid of sail or oar, that fear no spite of wind or tide. Naught cared this body for wind or weather when youth and I lived in it together. Flowers are lovely, love is flower-like, friendship is a sheltering tree. Oh, the joys that came down shower-like, of friendship, love, and liberty, ere I was old. Ere I was old, ah, woeful ere, which tells me youth's no longer here. O youth, for years so many and sweet, 'tis known that thou and I were one. I'll think it but a fond conceit, it cannot be that thou art gone. Thy vesper bell hath not yet told, and thou wert I a masker bold. What strange disguise has now put on to make believe that thou art gone? I see these locks in silvery slips, this drooping gait, this altered size, but springtide blossoms on thy lips, and tears take sunshine from thine eyes. Life is but a thought, so think I will, that youth and I are housemates still. Dewdrops are the gems of morning, but the tears of mournful eve. Where no hope is, life's a warning that only serves to make us grieve when we are old. that only serves to make us grieve with oft and tedious taking leave, like some poor nigh-related guest that may not rudely be dismissed, yet hath outstayed his welcome while, and tells the jest without the smile. Thank you for listening to some of the works of Samuel Taylor Coleridge, and until next time, good night, stars.